Good enough to join us each week this time is State Senator Roger Victory, Republican from Hudsonville over in Lansing at the Capitol Building. Good morning, Senator. How are we doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm in a little bit of a crowded room, a little background noise, but I think we'll be able to do a good interview. And so always good to engage you in the right. It's a little sunny here. I don't know what the weather is in Grand Haven, but the sun is shining. But I would say it's a little frosty this morning.
Yeah, a little frosty and some wrecks out there as well, so be careful driving all going over to GR and also down to Kalamazoo. They've had a lot of wrecks down that way. Of course, the big news over here, of course, is the drawbridge work. They marked it down to one lane Sunday afternoon, and Monday and Tuesday, it was literally a parking lot. We're talking, in some cases, a couple of hours to get from basically the Myers store north over the bridge. And it really boils down to you only get 1/3 amount of cars, and everyone has said delays, and we understand that. But MDOT is not doing anything in regards to opening those lights greener longer. And then if you're going to go out to 231, the bypass, and you're taking Lincoln, it's backed up to Spinners because you can only get 7 cars to turn left at the light out there. So the problem seemingly is just not getting enough cars through. Can anything be said or done with MDOT to help alleviate that for everybody? Because it's literally gridlock over here in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's an hour backup. But, I mean, it's a mile backup. It's literally taken an hour. I see News 8 had that profile on their news last night. I saw that. They were interviewing some of the I give the people credit who they're interviewing because they seem pretty calm for waiting in line that long. As the thing process goes along, people will start to learn a little bit of how to navigate. But there is very few other alternatives. Like you said, making that turn, you can only get so many cars through there in a period of time. I'm sure NDOT is taking heed to it. I probably could try to get a little conversation with them to see if it could change the frequency of the light. But if you allow more for one way, then you obstruct the vehicle flow there. And too, a number of trucks were tied up in that traffic. One hope is, as you experience this, people, especially with truck traffic, will utilize the 231 bypass, and there might be a few more minutes on that journey because it's a little longer, but it avoids that hour backup. And if we get more of that truck traffic diverted, and then you're going to have some of that local residential that just has to go through that point. But that was alarming at the time. The estimate was a half-hour delay, and some of the real numbers, like you indicated, is 3 times greater than what your estimated delay.
State Senator Roger Victory joining us from Lansing. Okay, I know you're out in a hallway somewhere like we kind of were last week. What are some of the things you're working on in Lansing at the Capitol Building?
Well, one item is short-term rentals. I expressed my concerns over that bill. We have the Grand Haven community where you're at. We have the Holland community, and I talked to some member of the townships, so we're in very robust discussion on seeing what we can do on that. I do not like how the bill is written, and then direct dialogue with a lot of the stakeholders of these other local communities. And this can, if that goes forward, it can change the makeup and the well-being of our communities in the next decade. It may not be the same communities that we enjoy today.
You look at that, I mean, what are you hearing from both sides? I mean, where do you think this is actually going to go?
Well, it's too early to tell. I mean, the key item is are the votes there? And we've been navigating this. A lot of the talk was it's going to be probably on the agenda this week. It did not come up on the Senate agenda this week, so time will tell on that one there. So next week, I have not seen it, but there again, I've spoken to our local units of government and been voicing my concern and opposition to how the bill has been currently written.
What's the latest on Benton Harbor and the lead lines? And then towns like Grand Haven, which have already begun starting to replace these lead lines. What's the latest on that?
Well, I got to continue. Like I said, it's very disheartening that you can't drink the water in Benton Harbor, and probably with the election results we see in in Virginia, probably the governor might be spending more time in the state of Michigan. It was pretty alarming that she's out there campaigning for the losing candidate in Virginia, while residents in Benton Harbor couldn't drink the water. So I think that message would be given loud and clear, and so we'll see once we can get some more quicker response to the needs of the residents of the state of Michigan, and I would hopefully that will occur.
What are some of the other things that are as far as issues going on in Lansing right now besides those two things?
Well, one item is I've been working on is a little bit of an energy of choice component for manufacturers. We've seen the announcement of Ford Motor Company making those $1 billion investments outside of state. Energy was one of the key components. So I've been taking the lead on that legislation, and it's critical that we move forward on that because, as I always say, I don't want to see agriculture be the number one industry in the state of Michigan. I love agriculture, but we need to retain and grow our manufacturing base here in Michigan. And we need a sound energy policy to ensure that after the Ford announcement.
Any agricultural news? You're a farmer. You own Victory Farms down in Hudsonville.
Harvest is going along good. I tell you what, corn crop was very good this year. We see the yields coming in. So far, and weather's been somewhat cooperative too. A little rain here and cooler weather, but it is November. So I think we're pretty, can't complain too much how the system went, how the weather went this year.
Okay, I know you're in a hurry here. Is there anything I didn't ask you want to get out there?
I think we've covered it all, and it's been a good day. And keep us in tune, and just feel free to contact me too on that traffic situation because that's real. I appreciate, and see if we can get improvement. But if you can give me a daily update, I would definitely appreciate it. You do a good service for the community, and always appreciate that input as well. And we see once we can get some clarity from MDOT on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate that, and we will keep in touch with you on this because this is, it's gridlock, no doubt.
You got it, because that's not satisfactory how long that line is, and I know, TV8 was doing their thing there on it, and so they get some more attention to it. So, very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senator Roger Victory, Republican from Hudsonville, represents Ottawa County. Good enough to join us each and every week at this time from Lansing.